It was a day like any other when BAM! The Steam Summer Sale arrived. And this time, I was prepared, since I sold my Australian scattergun a few days ago. And based on the title of this video, can you guess what I bought? This. I was excited and didn't know what to play first. But then I saw that my friend was playing a game I never heard of. A monster collector with multiplayer. Well, I am a huge Pokémon fan. Too bad I already went over my budget. Wait, this game has 14,000 possible fusions? I have got to make a video about this! Whenever I find a game, there's always a 5-hour period that decides if I'm gonna enjoy a game. If I felt like I just played for 5 hours, then I usually drop the game. But when those 5 hours felt like 5 minutes, then I know I'm about to have a good time. And usually after beating those games, I feel satisfied. But there are certain times where throughout the entire playthrough, there is not a single time I feel bored or annoyed. And at the end, while the credits roll, I feel like I just lost someone. And whilst that might sound like a bad thing, when that happens, I know that I just found something that's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. It's really rare for a game to do this to me, but guess what? It happened. This time with Cassette Beasts. Which is a game you might not even have heard about. Let's start from the beginning by starting another game. First, you create a character. Yeah, that looks pretty much like me. And after going through a whole thingy, we wash up on a beach. After exploring for a bit, we get attacked by our first monster, Traffy Crab. Luckily, some girl shows up and gives us a cassette player, or starter, and teaches us how battling works. This game, you don't catch monsters and let them battle with each other. No, you become the monster and fight yourself, which makes every battle feel a lot more personal. Each turn you get 2 AP. Stronger the move, the more AP it costs. Pretty simple. There are also typing advantages, but you don't just do more damage or take less. No, most types have a specific interaction with each other. For example, when a fire type attacks a plastic type, there's plastic types, it becomes a poison type. After that, we get introduced to Kaylee, who tells us that we are now stuck in this place. Apparently, some people from different times and dimensions just slip into this place from time to time. Wait a minute. We then have to help Kaylee with some kind of earthquake. After another battle, we get her as a permanent teammate, since every fight in this game are duo battles. One of the best mechanics in this game is the leveling system. You don't level your tapes, you level yourself, which makes grinding so much more enjoyable. But you can still upgrade your tapes in a way. Each level, they gain a star and a sticker, which are moves in this game. And after 5 stars, you can evolve, or remaster I guess, your tape into a better one. Now, let's get to actually catching a monster. This game has 141 monsters, so luckily the catching system is very good. You turn into your human form and get your initial percentage displayed. Each time the monster takes damage, the percentage goes up. And each time you take damage, the percentage goes down. And the best thing? While recording the monster you're trying to catch, that monster can't die. Here's another cool mechanic. Some monsters give you certain abilities when you catch them, which are gliding, dashing, swimming, flying, climbing, and electricity. After making it to the end, some station opened where we find this. There are two main quests, the first being Archangels. You have to find these stations all across the map to take down these bizarre monsters, which you sadly can't catch. Each time you beat one, your stamina increases, so it's highly recommended to do them all. Each station also acts as a fast traveling point. During the first battle with an Archangel, we get introduced to the best mechanic of this game, the fusion system. This game has, as stated before, 14,000 fusions. Each monster can be fused and will have a unique look and animation. When you fuse with a teammate, you don't just automatically win though. While you do get more HP and damage, and 4 AP each turn, you essentially become one big target and can also only attack once. The second main quest this game has to offer is becoming a ranger. To do that, you have to find and defeat 12 ranger captains. It's essentially doing gym battles without the annoying gym puzzles. You then get stamina increases from those, but you do get fuse materials, which you also get from everything else, but I didn't know how else to transition to this. So basically there's a shop selling various buffs or items like higher catch rate, faster fusion recharge, your dash does damage on impact. Later you can even buy the Master Ball tape or the other starter. It's not necessary to get any of these, which is good since it takes a lot of time to grind, but it's definitely nice to have. Speaking of stickers, each sticker you can put on a tape can either have normal, uncommon or rare, giving you various buffs that range from I guess it's better than nothing, to you just won the game. Yes, some can really be unbalanced since you can put the same sticker multiple times on a tape. Like, for example, if I took the sticker Preemptive Strike 7 times on a monster, which attacks once when the battle starts, or you swap that monster with a sticker that gives me multi-target at the start, I pretty much can't lose, at least while playing on normal. You can change the difficulty in the settings to your liking. But don't worry, that only breaks single player, since you can turn off dupe stickers when you battle with a friend. You can also peel off a sticker and put it on another tape whenever you want. Now, how do you get rare stickers? Either you buy them when they sometimes appear in the shop, or you get one when your tape gets a star. But that's very unlikely, unless you have a bootleg. These are essentially shinies in cool. They have a 1 in 1,000 chance to appear, but they don't just have a different color. They also have a different type matching that color, which means that if you wanted every shiny in this game, you'd need to find 1,833 different monsters. Yeah, good luck with that one, Johnstone. There's also more companions than Kaylee, which you kinda have to all encounter if you want to beat the game, since all of them are connected to an Archangel. There's Kaylee, a young Irish woman with an overly friendly and cheerful persona. She's very nice, and also the best character, S tier. Then there's Eugene. His mission is to fight back against Landkeepers, the vampiric-looking gang of real estate agents. Yeah, the evil team of this game are Landkeepers. That's funny, B tier. Then there's Felix, an artist specializing in zoetropes. His quest is the best in the game, so A tier. Then there's Meredith, some girl with depression, D tier. Then there's Viola, who's looking for a brother, B tier. And lastly, a dog, S tier. Well, that's most of cool mechanics. Where were we? Oh yeah, the story. This time I won't explain the entire story, what happens at the end, or what each Archangel even looks like, since it's such a big part of this game. It's a blast to experience those things for the first time. Oh yeah, did I mention the music yet? The soundtrack for this game is unbelievable. All music you've been listening to in the background is from Cassettebeast's OST. It's definitely my top 5 OSTs of all time now. Now that I've walked you through the incredible world of Cassettebeasts, let's talk about how it stacks up against Pokémon. Yeah, that's right, the title wasn't just clickbait. First off, creativity and innovation. Pokémon's formula has barely evolved over the years. Sure, there are new regions, Pokémon, and some quality of life improvements, but at its core, it's the same game we've been playing since 1996. Cassettebeasts, on the other hand, feels like a breath of fresh air. The fusion system, the unique monster catching mechanics, and the strategic depth of battles makes it feel like a completely new experience every time you play it. Then there's the story. Pokémon plots are often thin and predictable. Stop Team Rocket, become the champion, maybe catch a legendary. Cassettebeasts offers a narrative that is rich and engaging, with characters you actually care about, and a world that feels alive and mysterious. And let's not forget the presentation. Pokemon's graphic and animations have been criticized for being outdated, especially in the latest installments. Cassette Beasts boasts a stunning visual style that combines nostalgic elements with modern polish. The attention to detail is evident in every sprite and environment, making the game a visual treat. Community engagement and support are also areas where Cassette Beasts outshines Pokemon. The developers are actively involved with the player base, constantly updating the game with new content and listening to feedback. Meanwhile, Pokemon's developers seem more focused on pumping out spin-offs than addressing players' concerns, or innovating the main series. After hearing this, you probably think that I hate Pokemon, but that's not true at all. I love it. Look, I even have a Pikachu in the corner of my room. And I was one of the few people that really enjoyed Violet, so much that I even completed a Pokédex for the first time. But when you think about that, 2 people made something better than hundreds of people, it just makes you kind of sad, right? I really hope the Pokémon improves, and I'm sure it will. I just hope to God that the new one releases on the Switch too. Alright, so now that we've delved into the depths of why Cassette Beast stands out as a phenomenal game, let's wrap things up. Ultimately, it's not about putting one game against the other. Pokémon will always hold a special place in my heart and in the hearts of millions of fans around the world. It's a franchise that has shaped our childhoods and continues to bring joy to new generations. However, Cassette Beast represents what happens when indie developers take bold risks and reimagine the genre. If you haven't tried Cassette Beast yet, I highly recommend you give it a shot. I mean, that's the reason I didn't spoil the entire story this time, so whether you're a die-hard Pokemon fan or just a lover of unique and engaging games, Cassette Beast has something special to offer. Trust me, I wouldn't have made this video if it wasn't that good. You can get it on Xbox, Switch, PC, and soon even on mobile, so there really is no excuse for you not to play it. As we look at the future, I hope Pokemon continues to evolve and innovate. Inspired by the fresh ideas that games like Cassette Beast bring to the table, there's room for both to coexist, each pushing the boundaries of what a monster collecting game can be. And, as always, since this is coincidentally part of my underrated game series, I guess, if you know any underrated games, just write them in the comments. Or if you even made one, why not send me a Steam key to my email so that I can make a video about it. Alright, that's all. Quick shout out to Refined Sigma for giving me a Deadlock invite. I had a lot of fun playing the Blue Woman. Oh, and I take everything back I just said if Nintendo ever makes a God of War dating sim. Bye!